Hello everyone, I'm AJ Gersh, and this is your NBC Sports Update. That's right, Ryan, I'm live outside of the Carrier Dome where the unranked Syracuse Orange are gearing up to take on the number 22 ranked Florida State Seminoles in an ACC matchup tonight at 8 p.m. Earlier today, the real estate website Redfin released a report that details the top 20 cities in America that homeowners would like to leave. A group of 16 states filed a lawsuit Monday evening challenging President Donald Trump's national emergency declaration to fund a wall on the U.S.-Mexico border. The Cortland County Historical Society operates on just a $100,000 annual budget, but this year the county decided that they'll be working with up to $18,000 less, which is why this year's Spaghetti Dinner fundraiser is crucial to those who work here at the Society and the artifacts that they preserve and love. Tim says Buried Acorn Brewing Company plans on opening its doors in the next 3 to 6 months, but his goal is by the end of the summer for all of Syracuse to enjoy their original and organic taste. For NCC News, I'm AJ Gersh. 7 UK members of Parliament resigned from the Labour Party yesterday, and today, leader Jeremy Corbyn called them cowards and traitors. Case says Acropolis Realty is dedicated to help develop the landscape of downtown Syracuse by refining and refurbishing buildings much like the ones behind me here on South Salina Street. Glazed and Confused fast climb to the top of the food chain here on North Clinton Street warrants expansion to Rochester, as the newest store will open its doors as early as this summer. We asked, will you vote for him? Yes, no, probably, maybe. Well, 60% of you guys says no, 30% says maybe, and just 10% says yes. So we'll see how Bernie Sanders will fare in the 2020 Democratic primary. The 33-75 Baltimore Orioles have entered full rebuild mode. Earlier this month, the team traded Platinum Glove winning infielder Manny Machado. And today, at the conclusion of the MLB trade deadline, the dumpster fire continues. Owner Peter Angelos and general manager Dan Duquette are unquestionably committed to a full-scale franchise demolition. Longtime Oriole veterans Jonathan Scope, Kevin Gosman, Darren O'Day, Zach Britton, Brad Brock, and of course, Manny Machado have all been shipped out of town. In return, 15 prospects and international bonus slot money to help ease what's now being labeled as a 3-year turnaround plan. The Birds are surely rebuilding from the ground up. Well, that's all the time we have for this week's NBC Sports Update. Once again, I'm your host, AJ Gersh. Thank you for joining me. We'll be back next week. The New York Knicks took on the Cleveland Cavaliers last night, sporting a historic 16-game losing streak coming into the Quicken Loans Arena. And it was a battle of the tanks. The Cavs and Knicks are sitting at last and second to last in the Eastern Conference, making it for a matchup of lottery hopefuls. Here's Kevin Love kissing it off the front of the rim, and then right back to Love in the corner, tightly contested, nails that for 3. And the Cavs out to an early first quarter lead, but let's move ahead now to the second quarter and take a look at Mario Hezonja going up and slamming it in the face of Marquise Chris with authority. Let's take another look at this. Hezonja, look at that bounce, and you know his teammates love it. That's DeAndre Jordan having flashbacks to Lob City in LA. It was really a back-and-forth game all the way until the final seconds. Three-pointer off the mark for the Knicks, but they get the rebound. Dennis Smith Jr. in the corner. One last Hail Mary, no good, and the Cavs beat the Knicks 107-104. Last Friday was senior night at Poland High School, and the Tornadoes took on the Morrisville Eaton Warriors in a Section 3 boys basketball matchup. Playing in his final high school basketball game, senior Dylan Miller put on an all-time performance, scoring 26 points with 6 blocks and, get this, 40 rebounds, 12 of which coming off the offensive glass. Although school officials say they don't keep regular season rebound statistics, Poland head coach David Tabor says that Miller's performance is the best he's seen in his 11 years with the school, and his 40 boards are a record in his eyes. This Syracuse University athlete doesn't play basketball, football, or lacrosse, but Melanie Oventhal's team is making waves in the National Collegiate Athletic world. The Syracuse Snare don't shoot threes or score touchdowns, but instead fly around on broomsticks, like Harry Potter in the sport of Quidditch.
So we can't fly, obviously.
Okay, so it's not exactly like the books. Instead, players tie up their team headbands and keep a PVC pipe, much like one of these, between their legs at all times, trying to put this ball, called the quaffle, in the opposing team's baskets. In certain ways, this magical brainchild of author J.K. Rowling is like many other sports.
It's very similar to rugby, combination between that and handball is what we like to say.
But just like those sports it's compared to, Quidditch could be particularly dangerous for the players.
It's a one-arm tackle sport, and it's co-ed, so it's very intense. It's a lot rougher than people think that it is. So I was blocking somebody, and they pivoted, and I pivoted, and my knee popped, and turned out I tore my ACL. Then I came back to play next spring after full recovery, tore my other ACL, almost immediately, like a few months after I came back.
But after 2 ACL tears and 3 knee surgeries, Oventhal's back in the gym with her broom in hand, ready for her trip to Texas for Syracuse's second consecutive national tournament berth. Last season they finished in the top 32, but this year they hope that they can finally take home the title of U.S. Quidditch Cup champion.